Welcome back to the Denton County Collective After Hour. You can find the Denton County Collective on Instagram, where you can find a link to all of Public Access America's great shows, like Florida Action Podcast, or Adam Has a Beard, or Public Access America itself, and the Denton County Collective. You can find all of those great shows, as well as the Denton County Collective, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can even find them on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It's pretty exciting, as well as YouTube. We don't want to forget YouTube. So join the Denton County Collective today and experience our live feeds. It's pretty exciting, and we're going to get back to the Ryan Main Experience portion of the Denton County Collective coming up soon. Shh, be quiet. We do not want to startle them.
Force me, gag me, 85 me.
Piccola bambola di carne, una corsa caduta di un pezzo è finita.
If you can't beat them,
they gave grenades out, packed with cyanide. High octane hatred, they're ready to fly. Lies within lies, keeping cunts in power. There's something fucked up with human nature, they said.
if you can't beat them, ban them. You gotta learn to fight dirty. If you can't beat them, burn them. You gotta learn to fight dirty. If you can't beat it, feel it.
Welcome to the After Hours version of our show. The DCC is in effect. Hey, Ben, say something.
Are we in effect?
We're in effect, Ben.
Ben, say we're in effect. Say we're in effect, Ben.
We are in effect.
I love it when we're in effect.
We are in your ear holes.
Oh, God.
In
After
But you need to make it a little bit wet dry because it's just, I don't get any center channel. When you have the stereos on, it's just stereo. There's no middle.
Yeah.
So I would
ping-ponged so much I couldn't hear you when you were
I would
doing
add a little bit of dryness to your.
Yeah.
Yep.
There we go.
Sunday, fun day.
Sunday fun day.
Fun day.
Yep, that one's good.
Yeah, I was doing some cool stuff with guitars the other day. That's just bothering me. I can't talk. It's with my own voice ping-ponging in my fucking head. I can't do that. But I did, where I carved out sort of the middle of the guitars so that the kick and the vocal and everything could sit right in the center without any issues, and sort of pushed it all out to the side using the Haas delay trick or whatever. So that's fucking cool. It's a fun time. I was like, oh, it's a bit of a aha moment.
Good.
Nice.
We need more aha moments.
That's the stuff we learn on Sunday Fun Day?
Yeah, that sort of stuff.
I like that.
Sunday Fun Day.
Fun day. I had to start the recording again because it was doing that little screen capture, clicky, destroying my video thing. So I've restarted our After Hours stream.
Oh, yeah.
Feels like the worst episode of Big Brother's After Hours. You know what I mean?
Jason, is your video off, buddy?
Oh, yeah, maybe it is.
Did you get naked right after the show? Stripped down?
No, this is the only time I get dressed is for the show, actually.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, well, are we going to do the thing? Like, we recap the thing and watch the video a little bit? What do you want to do?
Love it. What do you want to do?
Yeah, we ought to be able to do that, right? Because you're now playing original sound to us, which means you ought to be able to share your screen, play it, and then we ought to be able to review it. This will be interesting tests. Yeah, cool. Because this will just be cool to see if you can play media, if we can see it real time, and all that good shit.
Welcome to the Unsigned Countdown for those that are listening, just in case.
True story.
True.
Welcome.
I'm going to open a video up.
The Unsigned Countdown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Countdown.
All right. I am going to share my screen real quick.
Love it.
We're just fucking around. This is how we do, bro.
Mm.
That's how we do. I'm going to share my screen. Tell me when you shared. Oh, we shared?
Yep.
Yep. We're
Oh,
shared.
it's showing up as shared. Oh, it's so wonderful. Now it's screwing with my video. Anyway, I'm going to play this. Can you see it? Welcome to
Yep.
Yep.
Can you hear it?
Words version of our show.
Wait, this is the one we just did.
Hey, Ben, say something.
Something.
Yeah,
What's
I
cool
can
about
hear.
this is you don't know if what's talking the old recording or the new.
Mm.
Super confusing.
Super confusing.
Super confusing.
Super confusing.
I was gonna play back a little bit of our show.
This just turned into like a sleepover towards the end of the night when we're like, I don't want to go to sleep yet. Do you want to?
I'm scared. I'm scared.
I'm scared.
Oh,
Hey, for all those in the
I
After
don't know
Hours
what's
feed,
happening.
Public Access Guy is now on TikTok. So if you want to check out videos from Public Access
We're on
America
TikTok?
and its shows, check out TikTok.
Are you serious?
And Public Access Guy, yeah.
Oh my gosh. What if we're against TikTok? Like,
You know, Donald Trump didn't want me to have it, and I was like, I should get it then.
And I should probably have it.
you guys see this?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do.
It's quiet for me.
What?
We're
Me
in effect,
too.
but we're already in effect. So Denton County Collective's
We're in effect. Meta effect. Meta
We're
effect.
in effect.
Yep.
So we talked, and we got on the live stream, and then Sierra Bush Rester showed up,
Boom.
and then Ben had a drink.
Seems real gross.
Well, if you're an active member of the politic, maybe you get get awarded because get one of those.
For now, but
And then Sierra
I
said
don't know
stuff.
if that would have happened.
Now, my vocal,
I just don't see
is it louder than
Not the way I would hope.
you're hearing Joe's vocal right now?
Not the way you see it in Dallas.
Or is it about the same level as it always is?
No, but I'm gonna right now that your vocal sounds amazing right now.
On
And
the
it sounds
video?
better than it did earlier,
Oh, like my
for sure.
Okay. Than it did on the Zoom meeting, you're saying?
Yeah. And so you enabling these original sound settings and getting that sort of sorted out, that means that whatever you have your audio gear set to right now, whatever you intended, that's what we're hearing. Rather than it sounded like it's because if you're not using original sound, it sounds like a phone call. It sounds like a Zoom, right? It sounds like a phone call, you know.
So it sounds better. That's
So,
cool.
so your voice sounds much better. So if we listen to your voice now, like listen to your talk now, and then watch the video, it'll, you know, when you talk, it sounds more like, you know, just a standard Zoom
Let's
call.
try it. Let's just listen to this. Yeah.
Now, if we run for office, we've got all these videos of us.
Now, if we run for office, we got all these videos.
Excuse me.
Acts.
Now, if we run for office.
Say that.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Then these settings have helped us.
Yep.
You
Cool.
go, Ben. You go.
Shit, man. Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
Need some sound. You've already got a soundboard. You got your own creative soundboard going. I love it. Anyway, we don't need to watch the video of what we just did.
Mm-mm.
No, we
No.
don't. So what are we gonna talk about?
Meow.
Oh, I just saw an article. I really want to talk about it, actually. I'm just going to read you the headline. Yeah, I found it on the Facebook when I was taking a break. This is from the Dallas Morning News today. Dallas is on its way to a second, quote, worst spike in COVID-19 cases, says Parkland CEO. The Parkland, like, COVID ward is blowing up. And they said it's not worse than it's at its peak, but it's getting to be, it's on its way to be back and be worse than what they had earlier. Which sucks. And they said they have direct evidence that it is from people from 2 weeks ago going out. I don't know. I mean, that was the beginning of October. I don't know if it wasn't Memorial Day or anything, but they said it was 2 weeks ago. Everyone that's getting sick right now, I mean, it's from them going out. It's not like it's specifically them going out, which sucks because everyone is going out more.
Yeah, COVID fatigue.
Yeah, I mean, it's a real thing.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to send you a link, Ryan. If you go to this link, you'll be able to see all the data aggregated for our state.
It's not on Messenger.
Ding.
I'll do it. I was going to send it on the Zoom. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, you can do Zoom.
All I want to do is a zoom.
Zoom and a boom boom. That's right.
Hey, there's Joe.
There's Joe.
Well, hi.
Hey, Joe.
Hey.
Your
Is
headphones give you a
Mason?
halo.
Is the Mason family doing okay?
Yeah, they're doing good. They're recovered.
Hey, I wanted to ask you, Joe, how was the service?
It was good. It was really good.
I was sleeping, and then I felt real guilt after I wake up and I saw it, and I was like, my family's like, it's not, you don't have to feel guilty,
Nope.
and it's only
Nope.
people who need it. And I was like, I know, I've been supportive of them, but I did want to ask you about how it was.
It was great. It was beautiful. You know, what you have to remember and what they said many times at the service, and what is good to remember in all these services, is that Nancy in particular would not want you to feel bad about not being at the service. Like,
true.
Flat out, like, she would want you to be at peace, and you know, Miranda and Nikki and that entire family feel the love, man. They know that it's there, and they. What's funny is almost exactly the amount of people that they put out chairs for came, so it wasn't an overbearing, burden of people. It was great. It was really good. So no worries. Don't feel bad. There was a good dark contingency showed up, and it was subtle and good. It was great.
Oh, that sounds great. I'm glad you did that, man. That was very, very
Yeah,
awesome.
man. My pleasure.
It's awesome. I love them all. Like, their whole family are just amazing people.
Yeah.
So who was this? Who is this that we're talking about?
Sorry, yeah.
My friend Nancy died. She was in darts with us, and
oh, sorry, guys.
Kind of like a dart mom type. Really fun to hang out with. One of the first people to really be real friendly with me when I showed up, and just a loving, supportive person. And her daughter just got married, I think, within the last year. Her daughter's pretty young. She's a lesbian, and it was really cool that she found someone good, and she got to go to the wedding. And I really feel good about that. And her new wife are amazing people. I immediately they kind of started showing up because her daughter finally became of age, became 21. And so I used to buy them drinks a lot and try to make them feel welcome in the community, in the dart community. So yeah, she just passed from cancer. And
actually she had been fighting cancer, but actually had a stroke and sort of went kind of quick, and they, complications due to the her battling cancer so severely. But yeah, it was really good. The family was there. They were, and what I'll say about, both of Nancy's daughters and Miranda's wife is that they were all so well composed. And I know that it had been a week or so since Nancy had passed, or two almost, and they had some time to process this, but they're just such composure for such wonderful people. It was really nice. It was a really good service. You don't have any reason to feel bad for not being there. No worries, man.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You looking at porn, Jason? Screen. I can see your screen.
My niece is doing a post on suicide.
Oh, thanks for bringing it down, Ryan. Jeez, man.
Sorry.
Way to go, Ryan.
But the weirdest thing, I have 5 shares of Snapchat stock, and I got them at $8.90, and then they went up, and they were at $28, and I was like, this is really cool. But then I looked down, and it said Snapchat is up to $35, and I was like, what just happened where it went from $28 to $35?
Sell it.
Wow, I know.
You gonna wait for it to crash before you sell it? What's your
I don't know.
threshold? You're just gonna wait?
No, I don't. Who knows? Maybe. I'm just pretty.
It's an interesting thing. What's Snapchat gonna do? It's interesting to predict those kinds of trends.
Yeah.
You'd have to get some data about median age groups and the numbers of users in those groups, the numbers of daily active users.
You want to hear the truth? Is that I found out that most prostitutes use Snapchat because it eliminates the text.
And
You
Kick,
know?
Kick is the other one.
Yeah. So
You know, my neighbor Sammy, she showed me Snapchat like functionality that was like really truly amazing for news. And I think, and like, you know, during COVID, a lot of people are using these apps because, like, you know, they're
Right.
not
For
fucking
sure.
each other. So that
that's
makes
why I got it, is because
Yeah,
of the shutdown.
and
Yeah.
you know, like aside from users, like some of it's like big picture stuff, which makes sense. But Snapchat has a feature where the map mode, if you go into map mode,
Right.
you can see people posting like
In your
videos that
area.
are live, right? Isn't that Snapchat or
Yeah.
Instagram?
In your area.
And so
Yeah.
like, but you can go around the world too. Like in Dubai, there's like there was a murder today in Africa. Did you guys hear about that shit?
No.
Oh, I just saw it on Facebook, and someone was like, I can't believe no one's talking about this. Like 1,400 people were just murdered by the government for rallying and protesting. I'll find it, but it was like a great way to see live video. Like if something was happening, like a shooter or something that's like the news hasn't reported on it, you can go in and like see people's actual individual live streams, I think on Snapchat. And so if something's happening in like Berlin, you can just look at the map of Berlin and then just click on people's phones and it'll show you live shots. So it's like
Yep.
live news, you know?
Yep.
Really cool.
That's cool.
From the people.
I like that. So I'm glad I got it.
Diet Kraft, who's in Mother Falcon, lead singer of Mother Falcon, said an hour ago, there was a government-ordered massacre in Nigeria today where the military opened fire on thousands of peaceful protesters at the Lekki toll gate in Lagos. And I didn't see a single post about it until just now when I checked Twitter, and the footage seriously almost made me vomit. These are people who are literally standing there and singing the national anthem, and they got straight up murdered, and it's fucking disgusting. Please take some time to look into what's going on over there, y'all. It's truly heartbreaking. Leaky massacre.
Pull it up on our screen and let's watch it.
Oh, I don't want to fucking see it, but I think they asked the president what they thought about it, and they were like, well, I don't know what you're talking about.
This is something we should screen share. Screen share what you find. Let's see.
Oh, I'm not screen sharing? Okay.
No.
Let's do that.
You know, the other day it just made me realize Donald Trump could have done so much to win my vote, or he could have tried. You know what I mean? He didn't even try to win my vote.
Lost me there.
It's almost like he doesn't care about you, Jason.
It's almost like he doesn't care about me. But you know, he uses affectionate terms for us like base or population or herd, and I really find that comforting that he personalizes it like that. Got to go talk to my base, get them to believe in the herd. It's good for our population.
Feels good on the inside.
It feels good on the inside. That's funny.
Leaky massacre, 14,000. It said 14,000 or 1,400.
I'm not seeing a number in this article. I'm just pulling up the first article I found, and it was like security force had shot at. Daya said, open fire on thousands of protesters. End SARS was an end SARS. That sounds like an old thing. Unless they're having SARS problems right now. I hate this. Oh, I hate this. I'm using Firefox, and I hate their search engine.
Why do you use Firefox?
Because Chrome sucks about certain things, and it's less bloat. Like Chrome got real bloated, so I switched to Firefox, and I didn't work on it now, but it's got problems.
Because I can't stand Firefox, but
I can't stand the search functionality of it.
Right.
It's like it's some adware bullshit. I don't know. LavaSoft. I don't know. Places curses on killers. Yeah, I don't know what this is about. We'd have to really look. Let's just use Google. I don't want to see fucking bloodshed.
Don't if you don't want to see it.
Don't look.
But just a news article. Al Jazeera, okay. In Lagos 5 hours ago. Nigerian protesters killed as soldiers opened fire in Lagos. Several people were killed as Nigerian soldiers opened fire at a key protests in Lagos, witness said. 3 witnesses.
When else has that happened in history, guys?
I mean, it happens all the time.
I know of there was a specific event that's pretty famous from the Vietnam War
Tiananmen Square.
era.
Yeah, Tiananmen Square. But that's been 50, 60 years. God, this...
Weren't there just... Oh my gosh. Like we just had a bunch of holidays where black people were mowed down. Rich black people, poor black people. Like the 19th, right?
Ugh. Yeah, anyway, this just happened. But and I saw something that was just, you know, they asked one of the government leaders, and they're like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. It's like, what? Just fucking kill people. And in Thailand, Thailand's...
Yeah, Thailand's in a bad way. They're in trouble right now because they're criticizing the monarchy. And what's crazy is they're saying that they want reform in the monarchy. They want some sort of change, and that is blasphemous. There,
yeah,
super fucking dangerous. And they're standing in revolt of the entire system if they're questioning the monarchy.
Yeah.
And that's dangerous as fuck. They'll fucking
are happening in defiance of a new ban on gatherings. Jonathan Head from our partners at BBC News reports.
Yeah, so they banned gatherings.
All public gatherings are now banned, said the government. Plenty of young
It was like 5 or more people, and they're gonna like take you down, kind of thing.
Thais were prepared to come out and challenge that here in Bangkok's downtown. Free our friends, they shouted, reacting to the news that the most high-profile leaders of the protest movement, which has shaken up this country with its radical demands for reform of the monarchy, were arrested and taken out of the city in what looks like a concerted effort to shut the movement down.
Yeah, this shit's happening everywhere, man. You know? Fucking needs to be happening here more too. I hope we go this direction, and ask for total reform, Senate, everything, reform.
Yeah.
It's not cool though when the government starts shooting their people though.
No, it's not.
Oh God. Someone's in a hall setting. Someone's got their hall setting on.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Fucking bad.
No, it's not.
You?
No, I've got work I gotta go do tonight.
Hello,
let me
God?
do this. I want to share this with you real quick, Ben. So when I moved to Denver, I did this Angel Spit track, right? This Fight Dirty track. And I did it on my laptop, and I used what I loved about it. It was the first time I fully used Reactor to do the majority of my stuff, you know? And I was real excited about it. I told the guys about it last week. And I had this, we were talking about, like, I guess they were bringing up this female vocal, which is Haley and Flowers, you know? Are you familiar with this remix under the True Fallacy name?
Yeah, me? Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely fucking Lily. Yeah, that's. I want to learn more about how you made it. Yeah, because
Ben usually makes all the shit. You know, Ben makes the shit, and then he which I was laughing during the video earlier because you're like, I'm fucking done, and I put it away, and I was like, yeah, dude, like this is how we're so opposite and how we're so good together because you're so garage rock about it. You're like, you do some takes, and you're like, I'm done. I've done 3 takes. I'm fucking done making this song. You just throw it. I want to infinitely tweak
some truth to that.
There's so much problems, or like, and like I'll be the one to like die over like the little tiny things, and you're like, I'm fucking done. I'm never touching this song again. And I'll be like, but we got to re-record the chorus. You'll be like, fine, I'll fucking do it. But you're so get it done and just be on to the next thing, you know. And then I'm like detail, you know, I'm the detail part.
Definitely.
But this is a track that I did by myself, and then you know, it's not the True Fallacy thing. But I usually don't write any of the music. But I did all the music here and used Helium Flowers and Angel Spitz vocals.
Which was really fucking cool for me, by the way, because then I came in at the end and just did a little guitars. And it was just like the whole song was done, right? And it's also it's an Angel Spit remix. So yeah, precisely. But already, I mean, the lead vocal, everything was already there, guys. You know what I'm saying? So from a song building standpoint, it was just like, it was great. I just got to come and kind of sprinkle in some juice a little bit.
Yeah, and we were kind of we brought this up because we were talking about the happy mistakes in music making. And when I first started doing the song, I was on a laptop because my studio it was moving. It was like in process. So I was like literally on the floor of a house, like that wasn't even like furnished, doing this shit. And I remember like importing the first file wrong. The Helium Flowers, I would like imported it at 44.1 or something. And I create all of our tracks in 96K or 48, you know, but I was trying to import everything in like high def, so like 96K. So I must have imported it at like 48 or 41 and then imported everything else and realized that her vocals were not in sync with everything else. So I re-imported the female vocals and I forgot to hit mute. And I heard this like beautiful delay and I was like looking at my settings and I'm like, I haven't done effects yet. And I'm looking all over my computer. And it was just both tracks were playing at the same time. And then I told the guys, I was like, well, later I put effects on everything. And then I tried to take this track and move it and make it fit the song in a better spot. And there was nothing I could do. There's no way of nudging it by milliseconds that made it anything better than it was. So that's the intro and the end of this song is this female vocal. Like, tell me if you can hear it real quick.
Force me, gag me.
You hear that, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
Oh yeah.
So right when he says "force me, gag me, 85 me," which is actually from another song completely, but I just liked the sound of it, so I stuck it in this song. And I think it's hilarious because 86 is the term when you get rid of something, but the song is like 84, 85, 86 me or something like that. But I just liked the way this sounded because it was just kind of far off. But then this female vocal comes in. Well, what's cool about it is she starts singing because it's a faster file. I think it's a 44.1. She starts later and finishes sooner. So it's like an Alvin and the Chipmunks effect. But it works like a delay. So she starts singing, and then she's like sings again, and then it finishes. Wow, it's really cool. Check it out.
85 me.
Piccola bambola di carne, la corsa caduta ed in pezzi è finita.
If you can't beat them.
So like, I'm like, that's fucking rad. And I do it at the end of the song too. And then I think in post-production, I hit it. So it should hit your left ears. I think her delay is in the left ear from what I'm listening to right now. Let's hear it one more time. Can you hear that, Ben?
Yeah, I can.
Force me, gag me, 85 me.
Piccola bambola di carne, la corsa caduta ed in pezzi è finita.
If you can't beat them.
It's just so fucking rad, man. So fucking rad. And I guess I can play the bridge for these guys because to me, like, the bridge is the fucking coolest thing I've ever done, like musically. And it's like all reactor shit. It's just all reactor.
That's the instrument you invented, right?
Yeah, it's this program where you can create your own instruments. So I took a few things. This is the first thing I built ever, really, for myself in Reactor, and it was the bridge of the song, which is fucking super cool. Let's see, Joe, you sleeping?
No, I'm listening.
Oh shit.
I work for the devil and I wear his yoke. Carry out my master's bidding to the bloody nose. launching souls to nowhere. Bon voyage.
So I want to say this, Ryan. The last time you tried to share this with us, that did not come through.
Okay, cool.
And so we weren't hearing whenever that bridge came through and your ear instrument, it actually died out completely on our end, I'm pretty sure.
For sure.
And so this right here was magnificent.
I just got to hear it in all its glory. And if we're recording right now, then that means all our lovely listeners and viewers got to hear that as well in all of its glory.
Yeah.
That was such an awesome song, too. And I actually prefer that version of it rather than the original version of it.
I really do. And
I'm not just saying that because we worked on it. I think it's actually a better song.
I feel that way too. And what I did when I sent this to Carl, I said like he had just worked with Alan, right? And we know all this because of Alan.
Yeah.
Was our producer at the time. And he was getting away, like we didn't know at the time, but he was going through a divorce, and he was realizing that he was going to become Angel Spit, and he was going to lose his vocal, the female vocal, destroy Amelie. What's the fuck? Amelia. And, so, and like we didn't know it at the time when we knew them and stuff, but they were going through a transition, and like and that song "Violence" that he has at the end of "My Name Is" or whatever that album is called, was just his vocal. So I sent this to him. I was like, look, I know you're kind of going this direction. This song's just your vocal, really. You know, this is what it's about. That's why, like, after the bridge, it's just his fucking, just his lonely vocal talking about the souls to nowhere or something.
Mm-hmm. Right.
He always drowns his vocals in vocoders and computerizes it. And he was just getting comfortable being a singer, you know, I think.
Yeah. Finding his voice, which is difficult for everyone. I can speak to that, too. It's really difficult.
Yeah, I mean, because she had so much sex. I mean, her voice is fucking sex, you know. And
for sure.
He did write all the shit. Like, I mean, he's the writer of a lot of it. But, like, I mean, her vocal is really nice to hear, too, on top of his, because it's so extreme. It's nice to have a soft voice for hard music. You know, it's like a dynamic thing. But at the end of this song, and I'll play it, I don't know exactly where it is, so I might jump. But at the end of this song, it goes back into both of them singing. And I think what he says that in Italian that Joe was asking about is, poor little fleshy doll fell down in the race and smashed to pieces. And then she sings it in Italian underneath him. And it's fucking beautiful, man.
It is.
But this bridge that I made in Reactor, like I couldn't even tell you how I did it. Like I've listened to this track because I really, really like this. Like this is something, I don't listen to all the stuff I make, but this is something I'll listen to and be like, oh my God, how the fuck did you do that? You know? And it was like samplers just run through like effects and a lot of like delays. And a lot of it was just the performance of me, like, you know, pressing buttons as it was playing.
Do you still have that instrument?
I mean, I'd have to look it up. It's on a hard drive. You know, it's a different computer.
But dude, if you could stumble into that and just send it to me, I could pick it up. I could pick it apart on an upcoming episode of Sunday Funday.
I'm going to show the end of the song real quick. Yes.
Excellent.
And how much that got me off as a fan. Like I fucking love these guys, you know, and to be, I got to write 2 remixes that were released on their albums, you know, like, and these were like big fan. I am like a fucking huge fan of these guys, and just his ability to like interact with his audience is some of the reasons why I really loved them at first. He did these great Blipvert videos, they called them, and they were just YouTubes, you know, like he was stuck in Australia and he was like, I've got some crazy modular shit. He helped me get in and buy my first modular, you know, he gave me advice. He bought some of my old modular parts when I sold it off, he bought some of it. So like one of my Metasonics things are on his album. Like it's so cool, dude. And like
he made his own magazines and shit. He would have his own like little kind of side conferences and stuff talking about modular stuff. He is, I would say, because I've watched a lot of music documentaries and watched a lot of stuff about how people make records and shit like that, just because I'm interested in it. And he is probably, Angel Spit in general, but him especially, is probably the most punk rock thing or punk rock entity, punk rock music guy that we've ever had the privilege of being around and you know, doing stuff with. So
fully.
I used to get his emails and everything, you know, like the new offers, his websites, everything, you know.
And it's totally DIY. It's all him.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I pulled
it's
one up.
100% DIY, which is the fucking awesome thing about it.
I'll play this just real quick about like I'll just play little highlights.
Do it.
I just found an old one, like his fourth one ever he made. This is like a YouTube video he made. His fourth one ever.
Yep.
Working on our new album and laying down some very bizarre drum loop tracks using our modular. The objective is to make some bleeps that are cool and cut out the separate kick drums and the separate snares, and you end up with industrial drums 101. But this is only the beginning.
He came and stayed at my place in Dallas once and taught us how to use sample and hold, you know, like just the whole the modular feature of sample and hold. And it's like a lot of this shit, you know. And it was kind of the basis of what I was doing with that glitch shit on that bridge.
Mate. Yeah, he's from Australia originally, I think.
Yeah, he's from Australia.
Is he or New Zealand?
No, he's from Australia.
Okay.
Yeah. They hate that when you can bang. They're like, we're 4,000 miles apart. Like everyone's like, you're the same place. And everyone's like, we're fucking this. It's like going to Europe, you motherfucker, you know? Like you look at the globe and you're like, oh my God, but you guys sound the same, you know? Like fucking. And then they're like, we hate you. Like all the Kiwis and the Aussies, kind of that relationship with people. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it was such a great way to interact, you know, and it helped him grow.
Fuck yeah, it was.
And now he's made it, and he's here, and now he lives in LA, doing his thing. He's had a change, you know, his life has changed quite a bit, and he's been adapting. He's doing like the Patreon model now, but his older stuff, it was so amazing. His YouTube stuff. Anyway, yeah, I just love that song, and it's what's cool is I've never been able to really talk about that with anyone outside of like a once or twice, and most people just their eyes glaze over when you talk about it. And I'm like, listen to this glitch shit. I don't understand how I did it, but I did it. Like, and I'm so proud of it. And so thanks for
Whenever you were writing it and like kind of working on it and the production for it, how quickly did it all kind of come together?
I did that song in a day.
That's so fucking cool.
Yeah, I mean,
those
did
are the
all
best
of that.
ideas that cook really fucking fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I remember I was sitting on a floor. Like, in fact, I was with someone, and they were like, "Whatever, we're moving," and I was sitting on a floor, and I did a lot of it like on a living room floor, just sitting there. The floor on the floor stuff was easy to do, but it was like doing the automation for like the bridge and then the vocal treatment was really hard. Actually, that's where most of the time went into the vocal treatment.
So where did it start for you in terms of, I mean, you had his raw vocal tracks and stuff, and I'm sure you might have had some stems, but you basically wanted to trash all the original music and come up with all new original music.
Yeah.
So where did it start? Did you just load up the vocal and start kind of putting things around it?
All he did was give everyone I think before his other remix stuff, he would give out all of the everythings, you know, kind of like what a lot of bands will do. And they'll just give you, here's all of our stuff, do what you want. And in this album, he's like, we want you to make it music. Here's the vocals only. So all I got were vocals. And so I listened through those. And just like I edit anything, I listen to all the things and I like pick out the spots that I like. And obviously the female vocal was fucking beautiful.
The highlights, yeah.
Yeah. And so I think I started with his vocoder and her vocals. And no, like I said, like the delay problem was like when I started importing into the song. So like really I started with that Italian. Yeah,
right.
And I started messing with that weirdness that happened, that the weird delay thing happened. And then I stuck it at the end of the song. And so I think I started with the intro and the outro for that song. And then I guess laid in his vocals, and then I made it a 4 on the floor song, which is I just want to hear like, you know, real
right. Something you can. I mean, it's a danceable sort of thing. Yeah.
So it's really simple. Like the music, fucking, you know, outrageously simple. Like let's listen. Like.
Now, what were some of the instruments? You said you used Reactor as part of it, but that was mostly for the bridge,
I mean, this
right?
is
So
probably
was it mostly your modular?
I think this is. I mean, I did this on the laptop, so this was not modular in any way. I think the only thing I can hear at the end.
So even the high squeaky, like
like
those high sort of parts.
I think that, like I think there's a Metasonics at the end. That squeakiness, I think, is a Metasonics. The wee, like that
some
real
scrotum
high.
smash.
Yeah, I think it's a scrotum on it.
Nice. So for anyone that isn't aware, doesn't know what we're talking about, go Google Metasonics Scrotum Smasher. It's how big is it, Ryan? I mean, what's something comparable? It's about the size of an external hard drive. It's not small, and it's not the size of a normal Boss distortion pedal. It's probably 2 or 3 Boss distortion pedals in one unit. And it doesn't have an off switch. It's not a pedal, right? So once you put it in your audio chain, you are smashing scrotums with this thing, okay? And this is, Ryan gave me this device, said, here, have fun with it. And I wrote message, and it cooked real fast over a couple of days, lyrics and everything. You know what I mean? Just like in the same way that kind of this song did. So it's really cool. It's a super, super fun unit. And it's unusable in a live environment. You know, it's really difficult, but it's really inspiring and creatively cool.
I was trying to see if my version is actually on the web, and I think it is, because I took this unit that I got to the first Angel Spit show in the United States, and it was with KMFDM, I think. Yeah. And so I got KMFDM and Pig, actually, Raymond Watts, fucking Angel Spit to all sign this. I eventually sold it to a fan.
Wow.
But what's cool is that, I mean, I used the version that they all signed and shit. Like I used it on the song, which is kind of cool.
On the message or on the?
Oh, it was on Message. Yeah, Message was definitely.
That was the guitar sound on Message.
Yeah.
The idea was to make the guitar sound like a synth. Yeah. So that was the idea, to kind of make it sound like that. But on those high squeaky, it sounded like a modular to me. That's why I asked, because it sounds like it sounds like, you know, an analog sort of modular. You know, it's
like this part right here, I think. The hits.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. That metallic sort of scream.
Yeah, that must have been
like those things, like those little stabs and those little synths.
But most of it was just. I mean, I think I used battery samples for the kicks, and I manipulated them. However, but I just think it's battery. It's Native Instruments battery drum machine, and then it's Reactors, like a sample delay thing that I put together. And a lot of it was randomized. Like I was just fucking with the back end of Reactor, and I was loading samples, and I was having them randomly generated while I was triggering something. You know, I probably had a small MIDI keyboard, but I was probably just banging some sort of rhythm while I was changing, sampling, and holding, the drum parts. But it's fucking awesome. Like, I really, really like that song a lot. I really do.
It's really awesome to know how to use gear and to know all the little tricks and all the little things it can do. It's also cool to not, and to just explore it and to just dig into it, the same way that a kid digs into a crayon box, you know what I mean? It doesn't always color inside the lines, you know what I mean? It's like when you don't know how something works, the discovery process always, you run into those happy accidents way more, you know what I mean? And there's so much more rewarding too. You also fail a lot, and you just have to be okay with that, you know what I mean? You're going to do stuff sometimes and sounds like farts.
Yeah.
Fucking sucks. You know what I mean?
It's always and sometimes you're like, it sounds like farts. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's all about, does it inspire you, and that's with any sort of sound design, you kind of have to be willing to go down that path sometimes. It's so fun. It's so fun when and Reactor is some of the best stuff to use for that, because there's so many instruments, and then you can create instruments inside of it as well. So you can dream some shit up that,
I have a grumble that I want to share with you guys, and it's about the song that Ryan suggested to us, Beijing to Berlin. Did you guys look up the lyrics to that?
No,
Not yet.
So look up the lyrics to that. Just all of you, just look it up real quick on the first line of the lyrics.
Because he's like all like fetishizing
No.
or whatever.
No, the very first line of the lyrics.
Oh, Joe, about Joe or whatever.
The words are, "Yeah, I hate Joe." So Ryan, you know, I hear what you're saying, man. I see what you're laying down.
Cool.
Sometimes you got to read between the lines like that.
And sometimes it's the very first line, and you don't have to read it through them. It's just right there.
Yeah, I hate Joe.
Wow.
I think you could pretty much trust that if Ryan hated you, you would know.
He's like, not all the time.
If Ryan loves you, you'll know.
I'm gonna pull this up. I mean, now that we're recording it, I couldn't do the video, right? So I'll play this for you because you guys didn't. I mean, you heard me talk about this song, but you didn't really.
Yeah, you're the one. You're the one that has to go to work. You do you, man. Let me know when
I mean, this is fine. Let's do it for another minute or two. Here we go.
Like, don't watch the video.
It would be funny if you can, if you want. It's up to you. You know my thoughts on it, so. I love Tricky, man. Fuck. Oh.
I hate Joe, shiny motor flow me. Jesus want to cut the chopper fly. Take a block. A trade to try to go on take a block. Decision made a lot, where the good life. Travel to very long time. Don't you want to back? Trying to want to jack. Even want to touch what I need, you don't care. Knock, knock, knock,
Okay. Like, she sounds like a black rapper lady, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you're a racist.
Well, no, but I mean, that's what was so cool to me, because like I had to think about it. I was like, wait, am I just no, this is intentional, you know? But that's what I liked about it. You go to the lyrics real quick, and I want you to re-listen to the chorus.
Yeah.
After we read the lyrics. Now, I didn't understand. I had to Google this stuff because I'm not British. Because Tricky's super British. But Chalfonts is a train station, I believe. And so I don't know the reference to Java GSNet. So, but some of these things are like British references to London or something. I'd Google it, but these are like city places. But like when she says me Chalfonts and Java G Snatch, like I had no idea what she was saying. But when you read, then you listen for her saying this, I'm like, oh, that's a fucking Chinese accent, you know? But I never heard that before when I've heard the song. So I'm gonna back it up. Back it in. And then you can start hearing it. There you go. And we know Tricky what he sounds.
But not so delicate.
Yeah. Oh, dude, his vocal is like, it's sex. It's just like,
it's really
bashy sex. Like, oh. Oh, good. This is their second chorus. Let's listen to the verse. Let's listen to her voice.
What a hand, Genie in me dance, no matter good or bad. Jing, what a hand,
like her Ju Chow or whatever, like you start hearing it, like her language more. Let's rewind it back.
I love it though.
And then it's all like cool.
That's rad. That's rad.
Fan.
Good stuff, man.
Legit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I probably should go. I got work to do. It's been fun.
I enjoyed this show.
Yeah, me too. And it looks like my shit froze up again. Like it's freezing up when I'm doing this second call, and I don't know why. I'm going to test it right now. So I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to test it.
Bye.
All right. I'm going to look it up now.
Meh.
I'm going to stop my share, and let's see if we can see it. Yeah,
Somebody's
it's
still
like, it does
recording.
this thing where it's like it shows all of my cursor, like it records all my cursor movement, so it looks like this giant white like.
Mm-hmm.
We see it. We see it.
We've seen it.
You know what I mean? Let's just see if it worked.
I want to test something for you guys real quick to see if this sounds nice for you guys. Just give me a sec.
And coming up next, an 18-minute song from Ben.
Hell no.
Today's the 20th. There's several. Let's see.
It's 10/20/20.
And now Ben performs Set the Controls for the start of the song.
Yeah. This is, fuck. I did this on the laptop, so this was not modular in any way. Songs, just,
all kind of thing.
So, and it's a less bloat. Like, it went 13 minutes and then it stopped.
Damn it.
How does that sound? Sound all right?
Yeah. Is that live or are you playing back?
No, that's live. I'm playing it.
Yeah. Sounds really good.
Anyway.
Yeah, it sounds
Cool
really
stuff.
good. Ben, it sounds really good.
You're not going to do a whole song?
Oh, no, not right now, man. I was just wanting to see how it sounded for you guys.
Oh, it
Sounds really good for us. Yeah.
It sounds really good.
Thanks, bros.
Well, it sounds full, and I would be down to listen to a whole song.
Yeah. It's
Ryan keeps trying to bail on us, but
Yeah, I can leave if I need to. So I'm finding out that the video stops working when I'm sharing my shit.
Really?
So I did it I did an hour and 45 minutes before my stream recording, and it was fine. And when I go to this second recording, and it's before I'm playing anything, but it's freezing up the second time I do it. It was just really weird.
That is weird.
And we're in the same Zoom call.
Yep.
It doesn't know if we ended Zoom or not. Like, it shouldn't have any. What were you saying, Joe?
does it have anything to do with you stopping and then starting again, possibly? Maybe it's trying to process the first one as you're starting the second one. And if there's some lag there.
I was having issues with Zoom saving my files because I was jumping back onto Zoom too fast.
It does wait until you exit out, I think.
Yeah, there's some latency there that you're not taking into consideration. Which is,
I think maybe that's it. I just closed it. No, I think that probably is it. Maybe it's like it's still converting the other video.
Yeah.
And then you're asking to record again, and it's like, it's an IO issue, maybe. Oh, maybe. That's a good idea.
Maybe.
I love the background, by the way, Joe.
Hey, man, I just found this one today. You know, it's got a little space for when we're doing the show, and I can kind of sit here and see the square there on the skyline, which, you know, my whole family grew up in Northwest, or, you know, was born and raised in Northwest Arkansas. My dad and my mom and all their families. And so they're used to mountain ranges and, you know, sort of hilly areas. And when my dad moved here before I was born to Texas, that's the first thing he noticed was that because we're so flat, we get sunsets here like he's never seen before in his life. And he lived in Italy, and he lived in all kinds of places, but the Texas sunsets are something that are to be admired. And when I have not lived here, I have missed it because it is something spectacular.
Yeah. When I go other places, I notice it too. Texas sunsets are like no other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't get to see them.
No, you don't.
No, but you know, Florida has really amazing sunsets. I would even say better, but it's because of the ocean and the water and everything.
Hey.
Yeah.
I know you hate Texas.
Take it easy on Texas, all right? Take it easy.
I know you don't like it, but you live here, bro.
Yeah, but he's moving here.
No, but I mean, like
for a month.
no, I mean Florida has really good sunsets too. I mean, like, you know, the oceanfront places do. But that's
Hey,
beautiful. Like,
when are you leaving for Florida, man?
I'm gonna try to go Thanksgiving.
And then right before like it, so
I mean, it
November.
depends. I just told my roommate I wanted him out, and I mean, it depends. I need him to be gone before I leave. Before I go.
Oh, you want him gone before you leave?
Yeah. But so it'll part of that's going to be like maybe a squatter issue. But, yeah.
So you didn't like this background, huh, Ryan?
No, I mean I like it, but when there's four of them, it's when there's four of them. Yeah, I mean, like if there were one, if that picture was in the middle of all of you guys, that's awesome. But I saw like 12 of them, and I'm like, it's a little bit too much.
I agree.
You know, I only need to see that once or twice.
But
like maybe one person has it on like the corner here, and then maybe the other person on the other screen, whatever.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, like just make custom ones depending on where you are. But it changes when you add yourself. It changes in where you sit. So
yeah,
you could though create 4 different ones for each corner, and everyone has all 4. So depending on where you're sitting.
But that also depends on where you play out in the grid format too, and I think that has more to do with when you log in and who created the meeting too. So
I wonder. Nope,
but
I
if
can't.
everyone had all the different versions, then you could stack yourself where you need to based on what looks on the screen, you know.
But it's fun to play with.
Keep playing, Ben.
Keep going, buddy.
Guys, I need to call it a night.
Okay. That's
much loves to you, brother.
I've got about an hour or 2 of work I need to do, and I really am kind of tired.
Well, you lazy bum, get to work.
Well,
love you, buddy.
All my hard work's over, so it'll be chill work for the next few weeks.
Good.
I've been pulling all-nighters, though, man. Like my part-time job last week was 52 hours.
Wow.
That's awesome.
But I need to do the work now while I have it because it's going to go away for Christmas. They told me, so I'm like, yeah. So I'm trying to get all the hours I can. So I apologize to you guys in particular because I've had to put things off. And
don't apologize.
You know, I hadn't raced in a week. So like I raced today, and I hadn't touched my sim in a week, and I was so mad at myself because I've been competing in like the global top 10s of these like time trials, and I never even did my like time trial this week. And like I might lose my spot. You know, like it sucks. But I've been busy, so I'm kind of harboring contempt over work. But now I'm done with all the major shit. So.
Good.
And I feel
early.
All right, I'm out. I'm the host. So
loves to you, Ryan.
Okay, right?
Love ya.
Guys.
That sounding all right for you guys? It's sounding clear and shit?
Sounds
great.
To me.
Nice.
I'll take all the outtakes I can get, by the way. If you let me record, I'll record you sleeping. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to remember what the next chords are, all the chord changes. There's so many in that song. That didn't sound fucking right.
I always wanted to meet a woman that could just strum a guitar for me, you know? Sit in the park, have a woman strumming guitar, me just singing along with it. I think it would be great.
What's the next one? I don't know.
What key are you on?
I'm just E standard. What key is the song in though? That I'm learning all about that stuff. I'm not quite sure. Okay. It sounds like whatever this is. So I have to grab my tuner and sort of see. To cheat, so that's the D.
Like it's GDFC.
Yeah, it's this weird G chord. Because that's like a...
Yeah, it's G.
And instead of... So here's root, right? There's G. And instead of it being like a third, it's like, see, third, fourth, fifth, I think. And then it adds this other note, which is just another G, it sounds like. So it sounds like just a root, a fifth, and another root, just an octave up. And then it, you know, so it starts, yeah, trading these weird sort of shapes and then walking those down the... to just then let it play open, to then just come back and walk this one string back up. To arrive back at where you started from, to go... So anyway, cool stuff. And I've been learning a lot of Stone Temple Pilot stuff and Foo Fighter stuff just because I've been trying to practice those big open cowboy chords that I haven't really ever practiced all that much. You know what I mean? I've been trying to mess around with more stuff that has full bar chords in it, or, you know, big open G chords or whatever, you know.
Oh yeah.
So
it's paying off, man. It's paying off. I'm glad you're doing it.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Anyhow, I am pretty close to needing to get some food myself.
Me too.
Do it. You guys have a fantastic evening. I love you both so much.
I love you guys too.
Hey, man.
Peace.
Y'all too.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.